All right, let's move on and finish up here in the 5th round, Tyler. Now, in the 5th round, I think this is where we start to get a little bit more questionable RBs, like this high end, RB20s, like this back end RB2s. You get the back end wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 3. So we're now getting into a different type of territory where there's upside for guys to outplay their spots, but then there's probably some massive traps here. Who do you like in this range?
So there's two guys that I really like, and the first one's RJ Harvey. I love RJ Harvey. I know of some rookie running backs here, but like
rookie.
no, here's the thing is that I've said this before. I firmly believe that this is going to be remembered as like the next 2017 running back class, where we're going to have a lot of really good running backs, and it's the perfect time because we have a lot of older running backs in the NFL right now. RJ Harvey went to a great situation. I know people are talking up J.K. Dobbins. I don't give a shit about J.K. Dobbins. Like the Broncos, like we've already seen these two play together in the preseason, and guess who was the focal point? It wasn't J.K. Dobbins. It was R.J. Harvey. Like when I theorize about this offense, there was no way Sean Payton took a 24-year-old rookie running back, reached on him much higher than what everybody anticipated in the second round, and does not plan to use him heavily. So for me personally, like you have the highest quarterback in terms of check down rate in the NFL. RJ Harvey will be involved. We saw Javonte Williams had tons of opportunities last year. Couldn't do anything with him because he's just not explosive. Well, guess who's explosive? That's RJ Harvey. And the other guy, I know this one is, I feel more comfortable with RJ Harvey finishing higher than this guy, but I just love him. And that's like Travis Hunter. I have no idea what to expect with Travis Hunter this year. I'm not going to lie, but I just think he's so talented that like I'm a risk taker in fantasy drafts. I don't care about safety. Give me all the guys who have this tremendous upside that probably won't reach this year. And I think Travis Hunter has a tremendous upside if he ends up playing, like, I don't want to say all the snaps, but a lot of snaps on the offense on the ball. Yeah, like if he ends up playing around there, then I think he can easily hit in fantasy football because I think he's just so gifted. Now, I don't. It's hard. Like he's just a unicorn. Like we've never seen anything with Travis Hunter before. So, but I think that's kind of like why he's currently going where he's. Well, actually, I'm sorry. He's not going in.
That's fine. No, but I was going to bring a point up about that though. I was going to bring a point up.
He kind of goes around here in the beginning of the 6th round. So
I think that's a very good point though, is because I think when you look at this round, the guys that I like in this round are the upside guys. Like we've already taken a lot of safe players, and you talked about it. Like Travis Hunter does provide massive upside. Like there's a chance that he's bad on some weeks, but then there's a chance he's really fucking good on some weeks, and he like top 5-ish type upside in that offense if things go his way. So I agree with you there on that. And obviously, RJ Harvey, I'm definitely on the other side of that. So we talked already about that a little bit. But as far as my favorite pick in this round, Tyler, it is the upside plays. And I'm kind of cheating in this one, but I think if you go upside, this is the time to do it. When you got a guy like George Pickens, who does have the upside to be a top 12-ish type receiver, a T. Higgins type upside. When you have a Xavier Worthy, who does have the upside, depending on what happens with Rashee Rice and the fact that they've said, hey, look, this guy is looking dominant in camp right now. He looks like the wide receiver 1. You have J-Mo in this range, who has a ton of upside. With the way that Dan Campbell's talking, there has to be some fire where that smoke's coming from right now, because all indications of that J-Mo's in for an even bigger year than he had last year when he cleared 1,000 yards. So for me, I'm looking at like the pure upside in this range. And I think that there's a bunch. You could even call Rashee Rice, before we know his suspension, as an upside play, because if he does have a chance to play, we're talking about probably a top 15 guy at floor if he's able to play during the fantasy playoffs. So I think there's more, instead of going with some of the other guys in this range, I think the upside is there, because I'm going to cut in front of you here. On the flip side, Tyler, I think there's a bunch of landmines here. So I'm fading these players with like zero upside. I'm going to give you a list. My bad. Sam Laporta, zero upside. DJ Moore, zero upside. Cortland Sutton, zero upside. To Troy McMillan, zero upside. David Montgomery, zero upside. Zay Flowers, zero upside. I am fading all of these zero upside guys for players like you talked about, Travis Hunter. So we agree on that.
I don't agree with a couple of the ones you said, but I do. See, this is I kind of don't like that. I don't see Sam Laporta going that early. Like Sam Laporta doesn't go at the 5-1.
Sam Laporta is the 4th ranked tight end on a lot of platforms, so I'm wondering who's drafting him because I see him fall a lot, but I'm like, there's no chance in hell people think he's a tight end 4.
No, and like beginning of 5th round, I'm maybe I don't know. But if he is going there, like, why is he going?
Why?
That's insane. He should not be going that
upside
early.
to me.
Yeah, like there's no way he should be going up there. On like, and I know Patrick Mahomes, I don't see him going here. I still want to take him 503. I think there's better options. He's more like a 6th, 7th rounder for me. But I do agree with Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers is a very good real life player, but it's just like the situation. I don't see it reminds me of like Chris Olave last year. Like, how do we go up from here when like Lamar's coming off the season that he just came off of? Dave Montgomery, like the one thing I'll say about Dave Montgomery though is that I think he's pretty safe, like has a safe-ish floor. Like he's going to be around like 15, 14 fantasy points. But if something happens to Gibbs, like my God, like this is an RB1.
That would be the upside.
Yeah. So that for me is one that I'm kind of with you, but also I would easily take him over like Zay Flowers or somebody like that in this 100%. Range just because of that potential. But yeah, the one guy I was going to say is Zay Flowers. I'll push back on one player that you talked about in this range just to kind of bring up one other player. Jameson Williams. I'm sorry, I'm still not buying in on JMO. JMO had a 17% target share last year, which was outside the top 50 in the NFL. Hunter Henry had a higher target share than he did. Now, why that matters for me personally is just he's very good at this. He's very reliant on those like 60-yard touchdowns where if that doesn't happen and he's staying at his 17% target share, then he's going to be a huge disappointment. Now one other thing I'll say that with JMO is that this was kind of like his sophomore season last year. So there is reason that he could grow into something more. But for me personally, I was never a big believer in him coming out of college. I didn't really like the prospect profile. I think last year was a lot of luck involved with that target share. And if that target share, and this is what it kind of comes down to, if it does not go up, he's going to disappoint. But if it does go up, I think he'll be a decent target here. There's still other guys that would go in this range. But if that target share does not come up to at least like 20%, like low 20s, then he's going to be a big disappointment in fantasy football. And he's just somebody that I don't want to take the shot on.
I mean, he was the wide receiver 22 last year, had 1,000 yards, and it was under 100 targets that he had.
Yeah, like that's pretty crazy.
If there's some reason you talked about the target share increasing, if he's somewhere closer to like 23 to 25, what kind of upside does he have? Like,
to me, 100%.
That's the part that's very intriguing for me. And here in the 5th round, like, if you can get that kind of upside, because if JMO does hit, we're talking about big play after big play. Like this will be one of those quote unquote league winning type assets that you get in the 5th round. I think there's less risk here than most players because even if he had a similar target share to last year, he's still going to be somewhere in this range, just wide receiver 20 to 30 range. And it's not like he's going over the middle and risking injury a lot. His injury was in college. Like that was the injury. It's a torn ACL. It's not like he's, you know what I'm saying, like at an injury risk. I love Jameson Williams in this range, and I feel like as your wide receiver 3 for the most part, this is crazy upside. Even as a wide receiver 2, if you went RB heavy and decided to go quarterback or tight end, this is the kind of upside that wins you championships.
Problem is, are you going with him or Travis?
Him easily all day.
I'll take Travis
all day. I'm going JMO.
Also, I'll take RB1 RJ Harvey. Thank you
over JMO
easily. That's another guy. Top 16. Book it.
So we're booking top 16 and Travion Henderson, both top 16 running backs.
Top 16 running backs in fantasy football.
Definitely.
Book it.
And I'll book JMO top 20 receiver.
All right. I have a friend one of my best friends, he's a Lions fan, and we made this bet on draft night. I said that he's not going to break 1,000 yards receiving this year.
Let's just keep it that then. So you can just double up on that with me.
All right.
Let's keep it at that. That's easy. That'll be easy to remember. So JMO 1,000. RJ Harvey. Let us know y'all thoughts in the comments about our bets. We have RJ Harvey in the top 16. I think no. Tyler thinks yes. Got Travion Henderson in the top 16. Tyler thinks yes. I think no. JMO over 1,000 yards. We'll be back very soon, guys, to talk more fantasy. Good luck in your drafts this weekend. We'll see y'all in the next one.